Welcome to this health chat on the power of protein. We're often given a lot of questions about why do we need protein and what kind of proteins are healthy, and how can you make sure that you're getting enough and the right kinds. So hopefully this little health chat will help to answer some of the questions that you have and give you some new ideas on ways that you can enhance your protein intake. So first of all, protein means primary. It means in the lead and comes first. It's one of the most important things that you can do for your health. And Dr. Shaklee always said, if you can take only one of my products, take the protein. Now, the reason I say it's one of the most important things, I mean, water is very important, vitamin C is very important. There's so many things that are important to your health, but protein is actually one of the things that is very imperative to the building blocks for everything in your body. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. The strength and the health of the bones that you have in 7 years is determined by the quality of protein that you are currently consuming. And if you're low in protein, but not yet deficient, just a little bit low, the very first symptom to occur is depression of the immune system. So I just want to pause here really quickly and just share that over 20 years ago, I was dealing with a lot of health issues. And I was told, I was using a lot of remedies and different herbs and vitamins and eating very well and just not quite getting to the level of immune strength that I really needed. And so somebody did suggest to me to use protein powders. And I didn't really, I didn't believe that it would have any value. I said, well, I'll just eat my protein food. So, I figured that's cheaper and I can probably get just as much protein that way. Well, good quality protein ended up to be a lot more expensive. And also wasn't always easy to digest, which I needed easy to digest protein for my system at the time. And it wasn't always complete. So those are all things that we're going to chat about. So finally, I did add protein, a complete protein powder to my program, to my daily program. And it did make a very big difference in my immune system, also in my hormones, just especially my muscle tone as well. It just made a very big difference to the overall quality of my health. So that's why I really recommend to people to get enough protein, but also to make sure that you're doing it right. So again, we really talk about balance. So it's not that we say, we don't want to focus on one macronutrient. We don't want to say you have to eat a lot of protein. It's always about balance. And we're going to learn a little bit more about why that's so important. But your plate should be filled with unlimited vegetables, lots of them, at least half of your plate with vegetables. Eat lots of healthy fats. So I always say half of an avocado a day is a great way to keep the doctor away. So half of an avocado is really healthy for you as well, and has some of your more complex carbs. So we do recommend staying away from simple carbs and sugars and processed foods and things that aren't really going to be fueling your health the way you want. But lots of the quinoa, the brown rice, gluten-free pastas, and then also protein. So every meal and snack, we really try to impress that protein is very important to have throughout the day. And there's lots of great options for you that you can choose from. And again, as I mentioned, proteins are the building blocks of life. So your basic structure of protein is a chain of amino acids. You need the protein in your diet to help your body repair cells and make new ones. You have to have it to make healthy cells. The other really neat thing is if you're eating enough protein, it's going to keep you full longer. So that will also help you to lose weight if it's something that is your goal, but you'll automatically eat fewer calories if you are eating more protein. The other really neat thing about protein is it helps level out your blood sugars. So if you're eating, for instance, toast and jam, that's going to elevate your blood sugar. But if you add to that some egg and maybe some natural nut butter, that will maintain a better level of blood sugar for you. Insufficient protein in your diet will definitely reduce your lean muscle, like your lean body mass, muscle strength and function. It'll cause muscle cramping, weakness, and soreness. You will have, if you are just a little bit low in protein, you're going to have trouble growing healthy skin, hair, and nails. You will have risk of bone fractures because protein is people always focus on calcium for building their bones, but protein is just as important. You'll have a bigger appetite. If you're eating more carbs and whatnot, you're going to be having a bigger appetite and probably increase calories. So again, the protein will keep you full longer and um, help you reduce your caloric intake. You're at risk of having fatty liver disease if you have low protein. It could inhibit proper growth in children if they're not getting enough. It'll make you tired, low sex drive, depression, anemia, digestive issues, low immunity. So these are all potential side effects when your protein levels are just a little bit low. So not completely deficient, but low. So protein is a building block of every cell, building block of over 100 hormones, digestive enzymes, antibodies. So your immune system is going to be weak because it can't make the antibodies that you need to fight things off. Your bones are 65% protein. So, and your skin is made up of 95 to 97% protein, plus some oil, minerals, water, and nutrients. But stretched out, it would cover, for the average person, 18 square feet. So that's a lot of skin. And so it is, again, 95 to 97% protein. So again, if you want healthy skin, you have to make sure that you're getting the right building blocks to make it. So how much protein do we need on a daily basis? So it is very important. It's not the only thing we need, but it is very important. Now, some say the baseline amount is 0.4 grams per pound if you're a non-athletic or non-athlete, 0.6 grams per pound, 0.8 grams per pound if you're non-athlete. So it kind of varies. There's a lot of different theories behind this. For the bodybuilder, they're saying about a gram per pound. And for the endurance athlete, it's about 1.2 grams per pound. So on average, if you weigh about 150 pounds, on average, you're looking at around 80 to 100 grams of protein per day. So you can do things though that will increase your need for protein. For instance, if you're pregnant, your protein needs almost more than double. And if you're recovering from injury, stress, if you are a growing child, if you're actively involved in physical work or play, these things are going to increase your need for protein and actually increase your ability to utilize it as well. So pretend, or let's look at a hypothetical day for a 150-pound office worker. So somebody who's sitting at their desk, and for breakfast they have Starbucks and a muffin, so it's about 4 grams of protein. For lunch, maybe a grilled cheese sandwich, 25 grams of protein, grilled chicken sandwich, 25 grams of protein. Mid-afternoon, they have an apple, and then for dinner, it's a steak and some beans. So it sounds like they're getting a lot of protein there. The total is 78 grams. So they're still running short though. For 150 pounds, they need maybe approximately 90 grams of protein that day. They're going to be between 13, or if they're a bit more active, they're going to be 35% short. So they're still short of protein. So if the man was stressed that day, or he played baseball or hockey, or if he went for a jog, or if his digestive tract was not absorbing the proteins properly, then all of that would increase the amount of required protein, and then he would even be more suboptimal. If you don't get enough protein, the interesting thing is your body needs it so badly that it'll take it from itself to keep itself going. It's called cannibalization. So when I learned this, I realized that when we go for long periods of time without getting enough protein or without eating enough food and whatnot, our body, it needs to keep going. It needs certain materials so it can keep functioning. But if we're not providing it, it'll actually take from your own muscles and your own structure in order to get the amino acids it needs to continue. So Dr. Harold Franch, how he says it is, he said, compare a body deprived of protein to a house exposed to termites. If the house is solidly built, it could take a long time for the termite damage to cause problems. Likewise, if you're young and fit, it may be years before the effects of inadequate protein intake show up. But when they do, you'll be faced with an injury or illness, and you'll find your immune system's ability to respond to these crises will be compromised. And so there we can really see how prevention really is key. So we can say, oh, I don't need it, I'm fine, I'm all good. But we have to really look at the science behind this and look at what does your body actually need. And it's almost like a car. So if you're looking at what does your car need and you want to make sure your car lasts a long time, you're going to say, okay, it's, even though it's running fine, I'm told that it needs an oil change at this, you know, so many kilometers. So you go and do that, even though to you it's like running fine. But the more you give preventative measures to your car, the longer your car will last. And so it's just like your body. So complete protein daily really is imperative for your health. So a few little tips on how to do protein right. I always recommend that people graze. And the reason I recommend that is because it'll help to maintain your energy levels, keep your blood sugar level, and support healthy adrenal glands so you have a better stress response. How much can you absorb at once? Honestly, there are so many different theories on this one. Now you can digest a lot of protein, but how much will your body actually use at one time? And again, it depends on activity level, lifestyle, stress level. It also depends on the type of protein. So red meat is going to be harder to digest than plant-based. If you have a plant-based protein with added digestive enzymes, you'll be able to absorb even more. So you might have 20 grams of protein in, say, red meat and 20 grams in plant-based protein. It doesn't mean your body's going to get the same amount from both of those. It depends on how well your body can also digest it. Some people say in one sitting you should have no more than 30 grams. Others say 20. Others say only 8 to 15 grams per hour, and you only get 1.5 hours to digest it. So there's a lot of different theories out there. So I just say to people, keep it simple and provide easy to digest proteins at each meal with something protein at each snack. And then the last little tip, or one of the last tips, is to make sure you eat something green. Eat lots of greens. So if you eat too much protein, this can be hard on your kidneys and your body could become acidic and dehydrated. Drink your water, and then we're going to check out the next point for some important tips. So balance is really key. The majority of your diet needs to be alkaline foods. So green veggies are the most alkaline typically, followed by other veggies and fruits. So tip number 1, eat something protein with something alkaline like a veggie. So we typically focus on, again, having half your plate filled up with vegetables every 2 to 3 hours. Tip number 2 is the average vegetable is from 1 to 10 units alkaline. Shaklee alfalfa is 130 units alkaline. So if you need to calm your body down and maybe support your digestion a little bit, and a few added bonuses is the alfalfa also helps for allergies. A few Shaklee alfalfa each meal might be a wise thing to do. Now, why do I really focus on this one? Because when your body is acidic, or if you're getting too much protein and you're becoming dehydrated, if you're not getting enough of the greens, the alkaline foods, then your body is going to tend to be more inflamed. So we call this like the anti-inflammatory diet, eating a lot of easy to digest proteins and your alkaline foods, the greens, lots of water. This is when your body typically is going to be in a more calm state. So what does complete versus incomplete mean? So you may have heard me say that a few times. So it's a little bit of a science lesson here. But basically, complete proteins contain all 9 of the essential amino acids, and incomplete proteins do not. So complete proteins would be things like your animal-based, meat, poultry, dairy, fish, eggs. Now, soy is the only known complete protein that is plant-based. Incomplete proteins typically are the plant-based ones, so you can make them complete by combining complementary proteins, so combining grains with beans and vegetables, or nuts and seeds with vegetables and legumes, and combining all of these things, and you can make it into a complete protein. So you just have to combine various foods at one sitting, and then you'll get all of the 9 essential amino acids that you need. So what are these essential amino acids? So there's 9 essential that you need, and you need to get them in your food. When you get them in your food, then your body can complete making the other ones. It'll make 13 more, and then your body will make this chain. So you need 9 of them in your food. When you have all those 9, so you'll say eat a piece of chicken, and then your body will digest that, and it'll pull apart, all the different parts of that chicken, and it'll find the 9 essential amino acids. It'll send those out into your system, and your body will put them together, and it'll start putting them together into all of these chains. But the problem is, if you're missing one, you can't complete that chain. So that's what we talk about, why it's so important to have enough complete proteins. So you can get lots of protein, but if it's not complete, then your body still can't properly make all the cells, hormones, antibodies, digestive enzymes, bones and muscles. It can't do it properly that day. So there's a lot of great protein options out there. 25 grams of protein, what does it look like? Well, if you had 85 grams of steak, it's about 160 calories. If you wanted to go for peanut butter, no added salt or sugar, 6 tablespoons would give you 25 grams of protein, but it's 686 calories. And there's some great other protein foods like seitan, beans, eggs, nuts, cottage cheese, tofu. There's so many great ways to get protein. Now, if you're getting a lot of protein in your day, so here is somebody who is getting a 1/4 pound of beef rump roast and some cottage cheese, some chickpeas. I always love hummus. We use a lot of chickpeas. Perhaps some low-fat yogurt. Greek yogurt would have been a better choice there. 2 eggs, raw almonds, a bit of tuna. So that would be 76 grams of protein. That's almost enough for a 100-pound woman, but it's also a fair bit of calories, 63 grams of fat, and 660 milligrams of cholesterol. So when we're trying to up our protein intake, sometimes we have to watch it because we also don't want to increase our caloric intake too high. So for me, that's why I love the Life Shake. That's what I use as my base every day. And then also if I'm working out and I'm doing more aggressive workouts, then I will actually double my intake for this in a day, because then I know that my body's going to get all the complete proteins that it needs. There's 20 grams of easy to digest protein, and there's digestive enzymes added to this. So I know that my body's actually able to absorb and use all of the protein in my serving. There's also vitamins and minerals added. It's dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, low glycemic, so it's perfect for people with blood sugar issues, non-GMO, and cholesterol-free. Now it also, it really does help. For me, it really helped a lot for building my immunity and balancing out blood sugar. It helps a lot for just balancing out hormones as well. And again, it's a building block for building all of your cells, enzymes, hormones, and antibodies. Now, one of the things that's kind of beyond the label, the difference, so you can look at labels and, they might all look kind of the same, but there's so much quality difference that is behind the scenes that we don't really see with Shaklee. One of the things that it doesn't say on the label, and you only know this if you were researching the quality standards that the brand that you're choosing to purchase, if you're researching their quality standards, then you might find this out. But a lot of soy proteins are actually alcohol processed, and that not only removes the beneficial isoflavones, it also creates a cross-contamination with the chemicals used to process it. Now, the Shaklee protein is water washed, so it retains the critical isoflavones, and those isoflavones are genistein and daidzein. And those isoflavones are very important because they give a really great medicinal benefit to the shake. So the genistein and daidzein help a lot for bone density, for balancing out hormones, and for giving it some anti-cancer properties. So that's what those isoflavones are proven to do. So the Shaklee protein, again, is water washed, so that retains the critical isoflavones and provides you with the whole goodness of soy. So I already explained about the genistein and daidzein. So that's why I prefer the soy for its medicinal benefit. Now we also do have a plant-based one that is soy-free, and that's for people who are allergic to soy. Shaklee soy is also raw. It is a vegetable protein, again, yeast-free, lactose-free, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, colors, or preservatives. It is beyond organic, so it's not just organically grown. They also test it to make sure that it has not been contaminated in transportation or in processing, and they also test it to make sure that it's going to be well absorbed. It's, again, not genetically modified, and there's so many different quality things that go beyond just what we can see on the label. So that's why I really trust this brand, because I know that the quality is going to be there. Now, the other part of it, I did say before that I hesitated to use a protein shake because I felt like it would be an expensive thing for me to do. However, when I'm looking at the amount of quality protein that I get and all the nutrients I get in this shake, if I had to replace that with groceries, I would be getting a lot more calories and it would cost me a lot more money. So I really do appreciate the ease of taking this shake and the fact that I'm getting an easy to digest 20 grams of protein. So here's another example, and this is compared to a Starbucks classic coffee. So some people will, grab a Starbucks coffee and some kind of a coffee cake in the morning, and that'll be their breakfast. Well, if you were to switch that out with a plant protein, you might get a lot more health benefits, and it would cost you less. You can also compare it to a Jamba Juice protein berry workout with soy protein, and again, the price of it is much less. So sometimes we have kids, or there's some adults that really don't always like to have a shake. And or maybe you just want to add a little more protein to your day without having to take a shake several times throughout the day. So there's, again, a lot of great protein foods that you can choose from. But if you want to add easy to digest plant protein from the Life Shake, then protein balls are a great option that kids and adults love. You can hide some Life Shake protein in slow cooked oatmeal, yogurt with berries. You can mix some vanilla Life Shake into raw nut butter and dip apples into it, or spread it on toast or rice cakes. Or you can make chocolate fudgesicles with the chocolate Life Shake. There's also vanilla shake protein pancakes. There's a lot of great recipes that we can share with you on how to enjoy the Life Shake in a very tasty and easy way. I say it's when healthy meets tasty. That's when this is a very fun thing to do, because it's not like, we always say to people, it's not like you should have to feel like you have to drink mud just to be healthy. So we want to make sure that this tastes good too. And these shakes definitely have a really great flavor. So if you join our wellness community, then we give you free access to a lot of great recipes like this. Here's another great recipe, the Berrylicious Vanilla Shake. And one of the things that I really love adding to my protein shake and also to my kids is the Organic Greens Booster. Now, one little scoop of this is equivalent to a cup of organic kale, spinach, and broccoli, and it doesn't go slimy. That's what I love about it. I also find it, if I was comparing it to purchasing the organic kale, spinach, and broccoli, and purchasing a cup of that to put into my smoothie every single day, then the Organic Greens Booster is actually cheaper to use. So I find it more convenient and more cost effective. The other thing I like adding to our shake, just as an extra little boost, is the Optiflora DI. So I will actually just throw one of these capsules into the shake. You can open it up and put the powder in if you want. And this gives 10 billion specific strains of probiotics that support digestive and immune health. And this is a really powerful one. I did find that it made a big difference for my overall gut health, and also for my immune, and also for my mood. So that's one of the better probiotics that I personally have tried, and I really highly recommend that one. So if you're looking for a way to get started in a very simple way, and you want to just take your health in a new direction, you want to feel healthier, more energized, and more focused, then we invite you to take a look at the Prove It Challenge. This is a very easy, it's a foundational nutritional program, and this is a value pack that gives you a free optional mini cleanse as well. And it's a very simple way to get started, and it also gives you a lot of support on how to start with eating clean. So if you're looking for a way to just get your health back on track, reboot your health and get things reset again, then this is a great option for you. We also welcome you to join our wellness community and see what else that Shaklee has to offer for you. So we have a lot of products for a healthy home, for clean beauty, just for overall wellness. And we also really focus on not just switching out products to make your home healthier, but also how you're fueling your health with the food that you're preparing. And so we have a lot of great recipes for you to look at. And we always believe that it's really wise to be educated about just daily habits that can boost your immune health. And just, you know, there's some really great articles that we can offer you when you join our wellness community. And yeah, I just really encourage people to take a look at this blog and read a lot of the articles that are there. So when you do try any of the Shaklee products, we also want to make sure that you know that there is, of course, the Shaklee difference. And one of the ways that Shaklee is different is that we really believe in the safety of our products, and also we believe that they work. And they go through so much testing, you know, and they're tested to make sure that what is in the label, or what is on the label, is actually in the bottle. They also test it. That's the only company that I know of, actually, that tests to make sure that what is in the bottle is also going to be absorbed into your system. So they're very confident in their product, and if you're not satisfied with it, you can actually send it back to them, even if the container is empty, for a full refund. So that concludes the health chat on protein. So I really encourage everybody just to eat your protein. Your body really does depend on it, but make sure that you do it right. Thank you so much.